Hi. Man, this feels really good to talk in front of a camera again and make videos. I've been planning to make this video for quite a while now, and over the last 2 weeks I've been actually kind of planning it out, writing down what I want to talk about. And of course I set the schedule for today. A couple nights ago I got kicked in the mouth playing volleyball, so I have a massive chunk out of my lip that's a little bit swollen. And I cut myself shaving this morning. But you know, we're gonna make it happen no matter what, because I've been dying to make this video to talk about the camera that is on the tripod right now, which is my new R5 with the 28-70 f2 lens on it. Oh man, it's amazing. It is so good, and we have some things to talk about. And this isn't really a spec video like all these other guys are making. Like, we're not talking like color depth, we're not talking like bit rates, we're not talking time codes or codecs. This is a photographer's point of view on the R5 who likes to make YouTube videos. So let's go. So, the main reason I bought the R5 is so I could future-proof myself a bit. And what I mean by that is, when I went to, I think it wasn't NES, I went to some big camera conference years ago, and I saw what Canon was doing lens-wise for their R series cameras, and that really excited me. We got to see the 70-200 f2 there before it was out. I was like, you know what, these lenses are really impressive, and I knew then that I was gonna get the next high-end R camera that came out after the R itself. And then the R5 came out and it was a lot more expensive than I thought it was gonna be. I was like, whew, okay, this is the camera I want. Let's wait, save up, let's buy this camera. Then, I don't know the exact timeline that it happened, but they released the 28-70 f2, and everyone was raving about this lens. Holy cow, this lens is a beast. The f2 is super nice. The combo between the two of this massive lens and the massive amount of megapixels that the R5 has, I'm getting images that I can like crop in like so much. I shot my sister's engagement and I was pretty far away, maxed out at 70, and I was able to crop those images in quite a bit so you could see it and it still looked amazing. I knew once I saw kind of the lens lamp that they already kind of had, I knew I wanted to stay with Canon to start investing in that glass down the road. Now the second biggest reason, which is actually more of the bigger reason why I got this camera, is I've been wanting to go mirrorless for a very long time. The technology that mirrorless offers you in such a small package is amazing. People have been saying for years that DSLRs are dying and all this stuff, and it's true, because what's happening is there's no mirror in here. There's no like massive moving object that can go wrong and create massive body size to hold these mirrors. And this is why they're so big, because you have this massive, or it's not massive. You have this mirror in here that reflects the image from the eyepiece to the lens, so you can see what's coming through the lens in the eyepiece. And that's another thing that's amazing about the mirrorless cameras, is the EVF, the electronic viewfinder. And what's awesome about the electronic viewfinder, people who know this from DSLRs can like relate with me a little bit, which I'm assuming most of you have had DSLRs before. If you're shooting, you're like, shoot, there's something, a really cool scene, it's going by really quick, an animal or something, you whip it out, you go snap, 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 and you look, and your image is crazy bright or crazy dark, because you can't see the changes to your settings through this viewfinder, which you can through the electronic viewfinder. You can see all the changes. So as soon as you turn on your camera and you look through the EVF and the image is crazy bright, you're like, oh, okay, change that, because you can see exactly what your settings are and how that's affecting your image. So yes, mirrorless has been out for a while, but it is truly game-changing, the technology that they have, and it's the future. Like I said before, people said a couple years ago DSLRs are dying, and that's a statement and a fact. Statement and a fact. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. So I'm gonna address something really quickly here. I did drop the setup in a video you will see that I filmed quite a while ago. So when it focuses, it makes a little bit louder of a noise. There's a little scratch on the lens and a chip out of the thread ring. The scratch and the chip don't affect anything, but like I said, the focus makes some noise. Okay, I know a lot of you are gonna ask why I stayed Canon and didn't go to Sony. Now, a lot of these reasons have a little better competition now. So the reason I stay with Canon is because number one, their lenses. Like I said before, I'm investing in those. I'm very excited to see where they go and what they're gonna keep producing. I know Sony and all these other brands have good lenses now, and like autofocus is competing and stuff. And that's the second reason is autofocus. I didn't know what good autofocus was till I got my 60. I was shooting on my Nikon D610 before I got my Canon 6D, and man, it wasn't even comparable. In video alone, it was so fast. Like I remember when I first pulled out of the box, put my lens on it, I was going around, I'm like, from like my 6D to my R5, like I can notice it, it's much snappier and stuff, but it wasn't as noticeable. Like the difference between my 6D and my Nikon was like, it was mind-blowing. So I want to stay with Canon because I know their autofocus is probably the best. And I'm like, I know people are gonna like argue it, yeah, they have good lenses now and they're getting better. Like the A7S III just came out like not too long ago and it's got really good autofocus, but the autofocus in the Canon systems I think is still the best, and I'm willing to like fight for it. And not only that, I like the UI, the user interface on the Canon's better. It's cleaner. I feel like it's more polished, it's clean, everything works really well. It's really easy to go from certain settings. You have like all sorts of stuff, and yes, I know Sony and other brands have that too, but not quite how Canon has it. And last but not least is Canon Color. And now, since it's stinking hot out all of a sudden, I'm going back home because I was gonna go all over town and shoot, and now we're going back to the office. Man, I just shot the last sequence for this and realized that my SD card in my 6D failed. And that's not the first time that my old Lexar cards have given me grief. My really nice one, my like 64 gig gold one, completely toast, doesn't even work. And now my 16 gig one is failing. It's not the first time, it failed. I was shooting a video with my friend that you will see, and when I dropped this, and it completely missed it because the card failed. Yeah, it just froze up on me again. So I'm gonna reshoot this whole thing. This isn't the main reason I bought this camera, but it's, I think the reason that excites me the most is this is my first pro level body and like high-end level lens. I've never had like the high-end gear, and I don't think that's necessary, don't get me wrong. I think you can make great images with anything, but being able to say that I've worked hard enough to be able to afford this, I'm holding an R5, it's almost like surreal in a way. I'm really excited. I'm excited to like be able to, it's gonna hurt obviously, but get more lenses for it and experiment with it more and push it to its limits. So like I'm already shooting more 4K. I'm gonna start learning how to shoot C-Log properly on it, and I'm really stoked. And I think that's a really cool reason, and something for me, it's just a really awesome achievement in my life and in my photography career. Yeah, I think I'm just so excited. It really is special to me. Now that we're back on this bad boy. All right guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm really excited. I've been making quite a bit of YouTube videos with the R5. So I have a lot of YouTube videos coming, and I have quite a bit of content, photo and video, that I've been working on, and I'm excited to show you guys. And I'm hoping that that I can start doing a lot more YouTube. It's kind of what I want to do, and I want to be a photographer full time, and I'm really excited. Make sure to go follow me on Instagram. Once this video goes live, I'm gonna be doing like a little Q&A over there. You guys can ask me questions about what I've been doing in my little break, what I plan to do in the future, what kind of my goals are, just random questions. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you decide to stick along on the journey. Subscribe if you want to do that. But if you don't, I just hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a good one. Bye guys.